Southwell almost lost it. Pushing foul. And that's first foul against him. So Murray now is not his #1 here. Kizila will open the second half for the Mountaineers to see what he can do. The two big men will play together. Spradling scored very well in the first half. Harris all over him. Hines gambles, can't get it. Rodriguez back with the ball. Penetrates, high lob inside. Mountaineer basketball. Here comes Hines. Rodriguez tries to cut him off and can't. Takes it in and it's rejected underneath.
Nice job. Henriquez stayed away from his body. Watch the touches now.
Get him away from the basketball, and that's Southwell. That's #3.
Southwell's making a cameo tonight. He's only played 8 minutes coming into the second half. Let's watch. Oh, that's an easy call, and that's what I'm talking about. Don't do that.
Williams replaces him.
Shane Southwell's mom has been in town for a couple weeks. She's seen him play well, but she's not going to get a chance to see him much tonight so far.
Hines and Brown play a little catch. Murray steps out. Can't get the 3 ball to fall. Headman is Spradling on the right wing. Pull it up and knock it down and one. Harris now has 3 fouls. Harris just picked up #3 for the Mountaineers.
Really good vision by Angel Rodriguez. Spradling ran that right wing. Spradling's not going to get in trouble taking it to the rim. Running people over. Watch the stop and pop right here. There's that foul, Brent.
So Henderson replaces Harris. 35-20, 15-point advantage. And now make it 16.
So Harris has played 6 minutes tonight. Played 5 in the first half. It really limits their firepower, Brent.
Fire it down on the inside. Turn it over. Williams.
Rodriguez made the steal, cheating from the corner, and then great vision.
Drive back the other way, and now West Virginia will be on the free throw line. Rodriguez.
Watch this, Brent. Great vision from the weak side right here. Watch it, watch him. There he is. He sees it. He sees it. Roll to the basket, the steal. And then the other end, he makes a terrific, easy pass to Will Spradling.
Now you can see the young man, Harris, distraught over his performance here tonight, or lack thereof, and foul trouble early. Brown with his first point of the night.
Now this is a learning experience. Freshman knows he can't help his team right now. He's got 3, so Huggs will bring him back soon.
Full court press.
Yeah, so much harder to press this team now with 4 guards.
And when you get Spradling, who can also run the point out there with Rodriguez, they get that ball up there in pretty good fashion.
It's like having a co-pilot flying a jet.
Rodriguez cut off. Williams waits for him. Enriquez will give it back to Rodriguez, who will gun the long ball. Nails the 3.
Very efficient offense by Kansas State. Everybody touches it. The shooters shoot it. Passers pass it.
Just not letting the Mountaineers climb back in this, Fran.
And their defense hasn't been bad either.
Kizila will kick it back outside. Finds the floater. No, Spradling yanks it away. Now he'll take the three. Not this time. Enriquez goes for the rebound. Ball on the floor. And it's tied up West Virginia basketball.
Jordan Henriquez has not necessarily scored a lot of points tonight, but you got to love his effort. He's going to get a blow.
Well, look at the emotion of the youngster over here.
I'll tell you what, that's a competitor right there because he's got 3 fouls and he's going to get a chance soon.
Staten takes the pass. He's checked in for Huggins. Williams is on Murray. Kolichla over on that left wing, trying to back in, muscle his way. Nothing doing. And Huggins just got a technical. Joe DeRosa just teed him up. He thought Kolichla was fouled. Didn't get a foul call. And DeRosa teed him up.
I don't think Bob wants to get ejected because the charter is not going to leave for another hour or so. But Kolichla forces contact now.
Watch Huggins now. The bottom of your screen. Fran circled in for you. Kolichla goes down, wants the foul. Livid with DeRosa, who tees him up.
Well, if there was a foul, it was after Kolichla missed the shot.
Spradling. And it'll be K-State basketball after the made free throw.
Brent, you and I know this. I'm not sure fans do. Joe DeRosa refereed in the NBA for a long time before retiring. He's reffed Kobe, Kevin Garnett, you name him. He's reffed them. He's not going to necessarily be intimidated. Whether he missed it or not, it's another story.
Yeah, he's not going to be intimidated by anybody. I've known Joe for a long time.
He's a good official. Great mentor, too, to these young guys.
Helps the young guys out. A lot of frustrations tonight with Huggins, and it just boiled over finally when Kolichla went to the floor and there was no whistle on it. Now there's a foul on Brown. Magruder was coming around him and number 14 hooked him. That's his second.
The problem when you referee Dennis Kolichla is that he looks like he's fouling in the warm-up line, and he initiates a lot of the contact himself. He gives his all. But oftentimes, he's the recipient. He wasn't on that particular play.
His parents live over in Istanbul, have never seen him play, and they hope to be here for Senior Day, which would be their first trip to the United States. But we've had a very emotional night. There is the young man from Istanbul.
41, got a good one going on ESPN2.
Not recent here, of course, it is all Kansas State. We're talking about Kolichla, the young man from Istanbul, and he has an Ottoman shield tattoo. Just, there it is right there on the inside of his right arm. Just said he liked the decoration, the design. He said the colors are not quite those of the Ottoman Empire, but it was close.
Thought he might go blue and gold, you know?
Yeah. He's a young man who probably will be able to play in Turkey, and he was telling me that the Turkish league, Fran, you probably know this,
yes,
has gotten better than the Greece league because of the economic problems in Greece right now. And there's a foul with Diaz, fouled Murray that time, but he said that obviously that the Spanish league, in his opinion, is still #1 in Europe.
It is #1.
And he thinks that Turkey may have moved into that #2 spot. What do you think?
Well, I agree. If you play in a Greek league, especially on the road, you're taking your life in your hands with the crazy fans. But the TBL, it's called, Turkish Basketball League, is producing a lot of good players. A lot of good young players have come over to the NBA. Ashik from the Houston Rockets, a young man who played in the Turkish league.
Murray catch and shoot on the inbounds pass. I think he's been the most impressive Mountaineer offensively, hasn't he, Frank?
Yeah, he's had some bad luck, but you know what? His effort's been good. He's been talking on defense. He's been very active tonight. That's a good sign.
Which is out there defensively. He's all over Williams, and ball is turned over. So the Mountaineers force a turnover. Look at Kizila trying to rally the troops. I asked him, I said, since you grew up over there, did you play soccer? He said, yeah, but I didn't like it. It made me a goalie. He said, I wanted to go on offense. I want to get down the field and try to score. He doesn't like that goalie stuff standing
He
around.
doesn't have the mentality of a goalie.
No.
You know what I mean? He's an attacking guy. We know that. Great personality off the court.
Came to the United States without knowing much English at all. Said he was very confident in his ability to learn it, but he said it was a struggle when he first came here. Look at him backing in, and they're tied up.
No, that's exactly my point. Yeah, he knows how to seek contact out.
Now watch this. This will show you Kizila. Look at him.
See, what you got to do with Kizila is you got to take the chair out from under him.
He missed his sport. He'd have made a great offensive tackle.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Well, you might as well go inside to him again.
Look at him. Bump it. Left hand. There it is. Fine play.
Now,
and he's got 4 points now, and he's trying to rally the troops here.
Let's see if they can get it to him again.
Talk to our GIs who were in the Second World War, and they'll tell you there was never any quit in any Turkish warrior, let me tell you. And foul's going to be called. And it's going to go against Rodriguez, I believe, as Gibson checks in.
Well, Bruce Weber's played 10 guys tonight fairly liberally, and he's really gained confidence in that bench. Oh, nice play.
Staten. He'll now bring it up. He's a young man who transferred from Dayton. Murray bounces. Kizila laying it in again. Murray and Kizila. Kizila with that emotion. Trying to get something going here in the second half.
Rodriguez has been a little sloppy tonight with some of those passes.
Off the curl, they've turned it over. No, yes, they have turned it over. Murray puts it back now, and Brown back to Murray on the drive. And they've got the foul, and they're shooting free throws. So hang on here. Mountaineers trying to get something going.
Watch this high-low right here. Kizila makes Gibson disappear to the middle of the floor. Really nice job, and a really good post feed by Eric Murray from the high post, pointing down the court. Thank you.
The foul was on Williams, and Eric Murray steps to the free throw line and misses the first one. Now Southwell with 3 fouls will replace Williams.
And when you talk to the coaching staff at West Virginia, Brent, they know how hard it is to go to Kansas State, Kansas, and Oklahoma down the stretch. But they've got 3 home games with Oklahoma State, Baylor, Iowa State. They can finish 9-9. They think they're thinking postseason some way, shape, or form.
Well, there's always the NIT, and of course, West Virginia fans would love to get into the semifinals and go back to the Apple, wouldn't they?
Oh, they sure would. And it's so much fun when they won the Big East title a few years ago in the Garden.
You know, the Irish saloons around the Garden are hoping to get back.
Nice curl.
Rodriguez from the corner knocks down a huge 3.
Good ball movement right there. Spradling, who'd come off that screen for the curl and shot often tonight, just swung that ball back behind him. Excellent execution.
Brown, pull up, short, battle for it. Henderson, and wave it off, I believe. Yep. Wave that basket off. Basket interference on this play.
I don't think Bob Huggins had really much to say here. Watch that ball. It's right there in the top of the cylinder. Easy call.
Yeah, Murray got up there. There's no question about that one.
But you know, as a coach, you always love that guy who's hanging around the rim. You don't mind that offensive basket interference from a guy giving you a great effort.
Rodriguez gets in too far, but still able to get it into the hands of Magruder. And he'll shoot a pair of free throws and appears to be shaken up when he went down. Yeah, he's got a little problem with that left arm, I think, right now, Frank.
You know, take a look. He's going to go hard to the basket. Hard fall. This is a young man out of Washington, D.C. Here's the drive. He's had a great career, Brent. 1,600 points. Was brought to Kansas State by Delonte Hill, who was hired by Bob Huggins. We talked about the Florida connection, the D.C. connection with Beasley and Rodney Samuels, and Jamar Samuels, Rodney Magruder. Bob Huggins and Rodney Magruder were talking before the game, and they go way back.
1-2, and go over. K-State still playing tough defense here, picking them up, Fran.
Little pressure here.
And foul goes against Southwell. That's number 4. It's a nightmare of a night for number 1.
Well, here's the good news. He's not going to have to take a shower. He's laughing. He's like... Wow. He's on the milk carton tonight. Missing in action. I think he's laughing because Wildcats up 18.
Kizila misses that free throw. Battle for the loose ball. West Virginia's got it.
No complaints about Murray tonight if you're the coaching staff at West Virginia. He's giving them a good effort.
Absolutely. When you think about it, Fran, the effort hasn't been their problem.
Right.
Kizila and 1. Fouled on the play. Now he'll come to the free throw line. Now you watched him shoot from the field left-handed. And so I asked him, I said, where'd you learn this? Shooting right-handed. He said, you won't believe this, but when I was a young boy in Istanbul playing, he said, I was one of the smaller fellas. And he said, I just got into the right hand to try and shoot over people. And then he said, that didn't work. So that's how I went to the left hand. So any way to get it up.
But he's shooting free throws right-handed.
I know. He said I was right-handed, but he said I couldn't get it over anybody. So on that little running left-handed hook, I would try it.
You said he was little at one time?
Yeah, he told me. I said, come on. He said, no. He said, I was pretty small when I was young. Catch and fire. Nice field goal. You know, Williams has looked pretty good coming in tonight. Yes. He's got a lot of minutes because of Southwell's foul problem.
And he's a great energy guy. He gives them a different look. He's not as good a perimeter player, but he is a really good energy guy.
Looks like Miles is going to check in. When you come back, we're going to take a break here at the 11:52 mark. Kansas State still in charge in Manhattan. Well, this is how you get your Turkish warrior going. Watch this massage. Come on, Rascal. We got to keep going.
Whatever it takes.
Let's take a look here, Fran, at Kansas State's Big 12 championship history. Only in March. Brought to you by Bud Light. They were runner-up 2010 in the Big 12 tournament to the Kansas Jayhawks. And last season, a good quarterfinal game, they were knocked out by the Baylor Bears, but they did win it back in the 70s and then again in 1980. And we look forward to the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City. That's always a great event down there.
Oh yeah, got about 6 teams I think that can win it this year, the way things are going.
You bet.
The league has really improved in the last 2 months. Some young guys have really developed.
Yeah, absolutely. Miles out at the perimeter here, 11:40. Henderson is away from the ball. Henriquez just picked up a foul underneath.
Yeah. Now, the problem I have with that call is there's a rule called displacement, and you really can't back a guy down underneath the basket. Watch him just now. He's going to just back him down. Well, you got to, well, that's a lot of contact there. Both ways.
And that's 4th foul.
Yeah. But that's what Coliseum does. He plays the game like that.
I think that slap in the face did wake him up.
Remember the old shaving, what was it, the shaving lotion commercial? The Old Spice, maybe?
Old Spice, was it?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I don't know. Well, that could have been the 80s.
That was before my time. No,
Yeah.
Kizila knocks the other one down. So we've got a 49-34 margin here at 15, and I think they were down once by 21. Yeah, that was the biggest margin of the game. K-State did lead it by 21. Still a long, long ways to go. Irving's on the floor. The jump shot by Williams. This is as well as we've seen the big fella play.
Well, when he came here, they wanted to play him away from the basket, but what he is a small power forward. Again, energy is his game. Former Mr. Basketball.
Out of St. Louis. And the foul goes against Kansas State. Irving.
Easy call.
Let's see what the team fouls. We've got now 6 against West Virginia, but that's 10 against Kansas State. So we know for the rest of the way now, West Virginia and the young man who was so emotional short time ago, Harris, has checked back into the game. He replaces Henderson. And in foul trouble most of the night. You can see how distraught he is.
And you mentioned how well he has been playing. He's had some huge games this year for Bob Huggins. Future looks bright. Good young guards. Harris, Henderson. Barry Hines only a sophomore.
51-36 is the count.
Little zone pressure right here. 1-3-1.
Rodriguez going to try to put it on the deck. Irving. Fire other side. Magruder gets his own miss. And he's on the free throw line.
Now, that's a bad break for Gary Brown. He did a nice job of contesting Magruder, but he flew by him. The ball came right back to Rodney Magruder.
The foul was on Miles and not Kizila. Oh, an NBA doubleheader on Wednesday night. Hornets and Cavaliers will start it off, but Celtics and Lakers will come on at 10:30. That's on Wednesday night. And a good friend of ours passed away this week, the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, Jerry Buss, and I want to send along condolences. Fran, I know you joined me to the Buss family. He was as good an owner in the NBA as I was ever around. Nobody was any more fun to be with than Jerry Buss.
How about this? One word: showtime.
Absolutely.
That's it. Showtime. 10 NBA titles.
Came from Wyoming, made money in real estate, bought the Lakers from Jack Kent Cook, put the show on the road at the Forum, and of course now they're down at the Staples Center, and I'm sure there will be a lot of honors paid to Jerry Buss on television here in the next few games. You get a chance to see him against their arch rival Wednesday night, the Boston Celtics. 3-ball knocked down, and that was Miles who stepped out and made it, and it's 53-39, trying to give themselves a chance here, friend.
Yeah, Miles did not make a 3 last year as a freshman. He's got 6 this year.
Brown is out on Irving.
A little 1-3-1, Brent, so a change of defenses.
Up over the top, contested. Gibson goes to save it, loose. Williams on the floor. Foul is against West Virginia. That's Miles.
Bad break, hustle foul by a young man from Dallas Lincoln High School. Committed a foul. Young man that played with LeBron Nash in high school. And that game Wednesday night up in Stillwater is going to be off the charts as Kansas tries to get the rematch after the Cowboys knocked them off in Allen Fieldhouse.
The front end is big for Williams. Knocked it in. Of course, big schedule for the conference over there on the right side. Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Iowa State, Baylor, and Fran mentioned the big one Kansas will be down in Stillwater. That place will be rocking.
Oh, absolutely. Kind of like old times. Those fans are starting to come back. That's important. Great for the Big 12.
Staten and Irving had a hold away from their ball. And West Virginia shooting. Brown's coming to the free throw line. Kansas State's got to watch out here now.
Watch Irving now. He's just going to lean against Brown. He's holding him, leaning, leaning, leaning.
And Brown's made all 3 of his free throws here tonight. Spradling will replace Irving.
Gary Brown and Angel Rodriguez, 2 feisty young guards from the Commonwealth, Puerto Rico.
Make this, and they will have trimmed a 21 to a 13 here with a lot of time left. Couldn't put it away. Williams rebounds. Williams has been a clutch performer off the bench. Southwell in foul trouble all night long. Enriquez, 2. And now a technical foul is going to be called against Harris.
Well, that's the frustration, maybe, Brent. We saw it early. Been one of those nights for the young man, the freshman from Indianapolis.
We'll take a look at it.
There's the push.
And he went back with sort of the forearm here. And, he made contact with the arm. See, there's the arm. Now watch the shoulder comes up and gets in. So that'll do it. Personal foul and the technical, and he's gone. No, he picks up 2 on that play, and they're trying to console the freshman who was very emotional earlier tonight after the 3rd.
Now, they really needed his offense. It's unfortunate, but you also got to figure the game out.
Well, you also have to learn at that particular point, there was a little bit of a rally being mounted by the Mountaineers, okay?
No question.
And this is a killer. I mean, you know, you've kind of battled your way back in to give yourself a chance, and the last thing you want to do is this. I mean, totally. Personal foul when you're over the limit, and now the technical.
I've seen him play a lot this year, and I haven't seen him, you know, lose his cool like that.
Oh, this is a killer for West Virginia.
And we knew he was frustrated early.
All 4 of the free throws for Spradling. You can watch again in real time. There's the personal push off, and then that shoulder gets up in there, and that was an easy call for the official. Now that K-State just kills a little time here and fires up a short 3 ball, but Gibson tracks down the miss. Back outside to Spradling, and they can eat away some more seconds.
This is a team of role players, Kansas State right now. Gibson, Williams, really doing a good job.
Rodriguez bounces at Williams, catch and shoot. Not this time. Kizila. Down 18, 8:49.
Well, you're right, that mountain just got steeper.
Oh, killer. Staten steps out. Spradling's on him. Knocked away. Here comes Rodriguez on the steal. Miles coming in. And 1. Oh, baby, what a field goal for Rodriguez as he was fouled.
Once again, it started with Rodriguez's defense. Terrific hands. Take a watch his hands right here. Strips it, and then watch the fearlessness. He knows he's going to get hit. Just needs to get it up on the glass. Nice proper hand development right there.
I believe I'd vote for this young man on the all Big 12 team this year. on the first team. I believe that he's improved that much. Played brilliantly, I thought, against Baylor in that win.
The fun part about being in a league like this is watching these young guys who don't come in with a ton of top 25 fanfare develop into really good players.
Murray. Kizila with the long rebound. Keeps the ball up in the air. Murray wants to go in, and this time he flushes it.
Nice feed by Staten, and a good job by Eric Murray tonight.
So the co-player of the week, Jeff Withey of Kansas, joined him. But it was Angel Rodriguez with the steal, showing you just how much his game has improved.
Bounce so far.
All right, Reese, and here it's all Kansas State in the Octagon of Doom. And it is indeed just that, and it has been ever since Bob Huggins restored order here in Manhattan. And now, of course, he comes in having a real tough night for the Mountaineers, trailing at 61-42. 2 technical fouls against West Virginia, and Angel Rodriguez, one of the ringleaders here for the Wildcats tonight.
Bob Huggins said he would not have left Kansas State for any place but his alma mater. And he certainly got this program rolling again.
7:47 away from being in first place, at least for the time being. Remember, Kansas State came in 3-way tie for first with the Jayhawks and the Cowboys, and they will play Wednesday night. And only the winner will tie Kansas State for the lead. One of the 3 is going to fall out by a game here this week. And who knows, the schedule is pretty good this week around the Big 12, even after when Staten drives in. Kizila tries to keep it alive, and the ball is out of bounds. And it will be Mountaineer basketball. Shooting tonight, Fran, for the game, West Virginia shot only 37%. You've made the point repeatedly that they just got to find some scores.
Well, that's been their problem all season long. The inept shooting has really cost them a bunch of games.
Murray is blocked by Enriquez from the side. Enriquez, one of the fellows here tonight, who's been saddled with personal foul trouble.
West Virginia will host the Oklahoma State Cowboys on Saturday, so Oklahoma State will travel to Morgantown after that epic battle Wednesday night.
And got another foul is going to be called. So Miles, let me check that now. Coming up is Brown.
Yeah.
23 fouls against K-State and 20 against West Virginia here tonight. And a reminder that college basketball all season long, available live anytime, anywhere on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Watch ESPN.com and with the Watch ESPN app.
You know, I've said a couple of times this year about Kansas State's defense. They play as physically as any team in the Big 12 without fouling. Sometimes they go right up to the line, and tonight it's been one of those nights where the officials have just said, nope, we're not going to let you get away with that.
You know, we've had over 40 fouls called in this game here tonight, and 2 technical fouls. Spradling has shot the ball very well, but not this time. Ball knocked out of bounds by West Virginia. So the Wildcats will have possession. Fresh 35. Deep to Magruder. Magruder's covered. Kizila doubles. Catch and shoots. Williams knocking down another one. Big night for Nino Williams, the 6'5" sophomore from St. Louis. 14 points for him.
Might as well throw it into Kizila. He had the post up. There it is. Take your butt inside, big fella.
Yeah, especially with Henriquez playing. Steal by Magruder. Magruder's got it. Miles is back on him. And one.
He knows he's going to get fouled. Good concentration by Rodney Magruder. Take a look now. He's working down in here. There he runs the gap. Then he knows he's getting fouled, so he's got to be creative. Avoids the contact. Makes the shot. How about this, Brent? You'd like this. 1,400 points. He's got 1,600 now almost. 1,400 and 500 rebounds. 4 players in the history of Kansas State. Cartier Martin, Rodney Magruder, Rolando Blackman, and a guy named Bob Boozer.
Pretty good players. That's pretty good company, Frank. Yep. I remember watching Boozer when I was up at Northwestern. Really a fine player and has a great career in the NBA. Hines, 3-ball, yes. What they've needed a little bit more of tonight. Successful 3-point hoops.
The thing about Kansas State right now is this is where they put you in the meat grinder because you got a number of guys that can handle the ball, take the pressure off each other.
Magruder misses, but they get it back. The 5:17 mark and a fresh 35.
Good opportunity to use some clock right here.
Henderson will be checking back in. Knocked away, steal. Here comes Miles. He took it away from Spradling. And a foul is going to be called on Kansas State. Not sure that I would have fouled in that situation, Fran. I might have been tempted with the big lead.
Let him
have it.
Yeah.
Get the ball and come on back and see what I can do offensively. But this is such a hard-working defensive team that's hard to get you out of that.
That's their DNA.
That's a mentality.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And you know, Bruce Weber has done this a number of times. He's given credit to Frank Martin because he said when I came here, that toughness and energy was already in place. I think he's done a heck of a job of polishing it up. And they're probably a little bit better offensively this year because they're a year older. But I like it when coaches acknowledge that they didn't just walk into, you know, the empty kitchen. There's a lot of groceries in here.
No question. I think some of those South Carolina players are learning how tough you have to be to play for Frank Martin.
I think they are.
He's one of my favorite characters, but sometimes I have to stifle a chuckle when I'm watching him coach in practice, and I have to kind of leave, if you know what I mean.
I understand. I think all these kids would acknowledge that he made them tougher. I think Bruce Weber acknowledges it.
One of the youngsters a few years ago, Frank, maybe you will help me on this, could really imitate Frank. Pull-up shot down by Spradling. That's a 2.
Yeah,
it was Jacob Pullen, right?
Pullen, yes.
Yeah.
It was another great player that had a tremendous career here.
Away from the ball. And we're going to take a break. Huggins is very upset with Henderson, one of his youngsters. Unsuccessful homecoming for Huggins. Well, we welcome you back. Kansas State about to move atop the Big 12 standings, and they're closing out with a victory here. And they make it 69-48 on the Magruder field goal. Final 4 minutes coming up. Great storylines around the Big 12. Of course, Oklahoma State won a classic from Oklahoma on Saturday and now on Wednesday down in Stillwater. Kansas will go in as Kizila still battling away here for West Virginia. So we're going to take a break here at the 3:53 mark. 69-50. Reese, what a career for Brittany Griner. I think Reese just said 3,000 points. That's unbelievable. Here we may have a little bit of a story developing with Rodriguez, folks. While you were away, he was rubbing away at his left hip. And if you weren't with us when the game started, Rodriguez took a fairly nasty fall. And let's go back on this, Fran.
Yep, he hit the ground hard, Brent. There's no question about it. That left hip, and this is just last time out. That's critical.
He's had tonight, as he takes a seat now for the rest of the night, 11 points and 7 assists. Enriquez, incidentally, had fouled out just as you were going away for that break. That was the 5th foul on him. So it's been a somewhat frustrating night here for a lot of players. A couple of technicals against West Virginia. Huggins and Harris.
Oh, nice.
And there's Gibson finishing underneath.
Oh, you always like when you have a lead, if you can get 30 seconds burnt off that clock and still get a great look at the basket. Really good execution.
West Virginia only 3 of 12, shooting 3-point field goals here tonight. And now Staten will be coming up to the free throw line off of that drive. From the field overall, they're shooting 37%. They've held their own rebounding. 26 rebounds for West Virginia and 24 for Kansas State here in this game. 13 turnovers for West Virginia and 16 for Kansas State. Got a chance to remind you again as we watch Staten here about a real good doubleheader tomorrow night. I mean, it's worth checking in on. Indiana, #1, taking on Michigan State, #4. That's up at East Lansing. The Spartans will be ready. And Florida travels to Columbia to play Missouri in the SEC. So that's Super Tuesday at 7 and 9. That's worth checking in on both those games.
Yeah. Somehow I think Tom Izzo knows Indiana pretty well. He and Tom Crean work together. He'll have a good scouting report. It almost feels like when they play defense that he's got spies at a team's practice. You know, they're that good defensively.
But I've got a lot of respect for what Indiana has accomplished so far this year. Here's Gibson inside again, putting it away. Wouldn't stay down. Tap, no. Battle for the rebound. Williams comes out. Here's Spradling, killing time.
Smart play by Nino Williams. Forget those jumpers, he said. He just gives you great energy on both ends of the floor.
Nino Williams has been very impressive tonight. Southwell fighting foul problems.
It's a smart team, Brent. They really know what they're doing.
Feeding Henderson, and he's on the free throw line. That was Gibson, I believe, who got him.
So you told me this is your first trip to Hilton Coliseum.
To do it, yeah. I've never done a basketball game.
Yeah. It's one of the great places in college basketball, especially when the team is playing well. And you mentioned Fred Hoiberg and what a great job he's done.
Yeah, I've heard from so many folks about what the crowd's like up there next Monday. So I'm really looking forward to it. And we take, one of the premier teams in the country, Kansas Jayhawks, up in there. And well, that'll be something now. First big Monday visit since 2006.
You know, our good buddy Danny Manning never won a game in Hilton Coliseum in 4 years.
Truly.
Yep.
It's like Peyton Manning, at Tennessee could never beat the Gators.
Exactly. By the way, am I in charge of cuisine? Because there's a couple good places I like there.
Okay.
All right, I'll take care of the cuisine. Wallabies, great sports bar, Hickory Park. If you like barbecue, it's
oh, you're on, my friend.
I think I'm next in buying in the rotation.
Oh, you're up.
George got the donuts today.
Our director's gonna, he owes us one for that pub.
What'd you think of those varsity donuts?
How about Aaron
today?
Stoikoff, our producer? We haven't even thanked him for the hard work that he's done. And our entire crew, folks. Big Monday. It's been a delight working with them. These guys work hard. Game day setup, cameramen, the excellent job for us. Replay guys. And people in the truck. It's pleasure working with these people every Monday night. I enjoy it.
It's a team, and two teams out here. The referees are a team, and our guys in the truck have been a great team all year.
So Kansas State update the standings. They move to first place for the time being. They break that 3-team logjam, and there will be 2 teams after Wednesday night tied for first. Because the Jayhawks, of course, are going into Stillwater. What a fine game that's going to be. That young man Smart at Oklahoma State. He could still wind up being player of the year in this conference.
I couldn't agree more. I think it was in September I told people that he was going to be the difference in 8 more Oklahoma State wins, and I might have underestimated him the way they're going right now.
Well, they'll have their hands full with Jeff Withey and friends coming in. That, of course, is Coach Bill Self, Kansas coach. That's his alma mater. He'll be returning to play.
I think he was rooting for Oklahoma the other day. I got to tell you, maybe the only time. Because of what that would have meant at the top of the standings.
Exactly. Final minute coming up here. And many in the crowd have left. Not the students. This is one of the better student bodies as far as fans are concerned in the country. I think you agree with me, Fran, that the Kansas State fans, every time you come in here for a game, they're just terrific. And they smart enough to remind everybody that SportsCenter is coming up next.
Someone just got on TV.
Absolutely.
Someone is going to tweet that, and someone's going to be calling home and getting a lot of text right now.
No question. Good for them. Then I don't have to palm away. So Staten gets it back to. Here's Henderson knocking down the 3 ball.
And Terry Henderson's been quiet, but he has been red hot coming into this game from behind the arc.
So who did West Virginia have next? You talked about their schedule, Fran.
They'll have Oklahoma State on Saturday. I'll tell you, a great game is going to be Kansas State at Oklahoma State to end the regular season.
Is that the last one of the regular season? It's a heck of a game.
It'll be some game.
Spradling has 19, and now he's tied his career high. If he scores here, they have a new career high. Could not. Knocked out of bounds. And it'll be West Virginia basketball. Lawrence knocked it out of bounds. One more Bronx cheer for the officials here tonight. And this is going to do it. Another outstanding defensive job, I thought, by the Wildcats overall, Fran. I know that you have praised their defense. Kizila has been a warrior. There were 49 fouls called in this game tonight against these two teams. It was a tough physical game.
Absolutely. Both teams played that way.
Yeah. Spradling, they won't blow the whistle on Murray, and he's upset. Coach Weber was upset that they didn't put Spradling on the line. So Kansas State wins it 71-61. It wasn't that close. Coming up next is SportsCenter. So long from Manhattan for Fran Fraschilla. I'm Brent Musburger.